Welcome back, everyone. Dirch here, and I am testing another gun that I was really excited about to try out with Amara, but I'm doing the testing rounds first with my kind of neutral flak build here. And this gun is the Brainstormer. This is another shotgun, kind of like the projectile recursion I tried, where it's a reflecting shotgun, and you can see it shoots in a lightning bolt pattern. This is Hyperion, and Hyperion's got a pedigree of being amazing red text shotguns. In Borderlands 2, Hyperion was kind of the king of shotguns, because the Interfacer was the ultimate DPS shotgun. The second best was the Conference Call, and while I love things like the Twister, the Butcher and the Slow Hand were both up there as well for like mobbing regular gameplay, not so much raid bosses, but just good in general. And so I'm excited to try out more Hyperion shotguns in this game. Hyperion's kind of set up for really good red text because they sorry, I'm still kind of sick here. It's low ammo consumption, but with the reverse recoil, you can really just crank in the DPS. And if they don't have like the damage or the fire rate or the mag size to really exceed, you can always get that stuff with your skill points. So that's a really cool feature for them. Let's go and shoot some people. I think I've talked enough. So I just want to get rid of this barrel. Now this is shock. Just trying to survey it a little bit there. Now you can kind of see the special effect there where it's chaining. And that's very cool. But it is shock only, so it is going to do reduced damage on... I need to close the gap here, I'm going to die. Or get some health back with my racks. A lot of people naturally want to take cover if they're about to die, but a lot of times your better version is to close the gap. So the DPS of this thing is interesting. That was a good case of it. It's not outright amazing. Part of that is we are doing shock on flesh, but what you are seeing, kind of if you're watching closely, it's hard to see as I'm playing, but the I'm getting a lot of like multi kills and kind of free DPS out of this because actually, that's a badass. Because of the chaining bullets. So what happens is nearby enemies, and actually it seemed to go pretty far, are kind of getting Tesla'd by this thing. And therefore you're getting a lot of extra non-bullet DPS. So let's look at the gun here. So the dot isn't the highest, but it's not Mollywan, so that's to be expected. But it seems to be proccing a lot better than that 7%. Maybe it's just because of the pellet count and stuff, but seems to be outperforming that a little bit. I have critical hit on here. It's pretty accurate, and I've been trying to shoot kind of just below their crit point, because when you look at the fire pattern, well, maybe I should go more just on their crit, because it seems to go down. So I'm going to try that. I was trying to shoot below because it seemed like they were going high, but it seems like they're not really doing that. Let me back off further. No, I should be aiming right for their head. I should put the top of their head right there. Okay, so I will try that going forward. And that should help, just get more critical hits with it. But let's look at the parts here. So accuracy, I don't know if accuracy helps that much with set pattern guns. Reload time is always good. Damage is always good. More accuracy, so probably not the best. More accuracy again, probably not the best. Fire rate and mag size are fantastic, even though if they hurt my damage. Critical hit damage. That's a very good grip, it seems like. And this one, the ADS, I thought it said it's amp. Damage. Oh, okay. So that's a cool shield effect. Which encourages you to the ADS. Now, I've said this before, but that Hyperion thing, one of the nice things about the Hyperion special effect is that you can hip fire better, but the Hyperion secondary effect in this game, not the reverse recoil, but the front-facing shield on ADS, encourages you to ADS. Now, the reverse recoil still helps while ADSing because it still makes you more accurate, but it is slightly counterintuitive. The weird thing about this gun, you don't have the wide spread of shotguns. So that just took quite a few shots to hurt him. Just so you guys know, I do have this ammo regen on Terror. So I'm just going to let this guy hit me. Oh yeah, of course it's... So I don't think Flak makes the best use out of this gun compared to others. Amara can really crank up... that's stupid nog up there. Alright, I'm gonna get up some health. I think that was a good example of the damage spreading around. Oh. Where is this guy? Thank you, pet. But I'll kill him. So you can see that damage Teslaing to nearby enemies. And this is a great area for that, because you do have a lot of enemies close by, and you can see those Teslas just reaching out to everyone. Now, why that's so good on Amara is... well, Amara, you're just putting out a ton of damage. You can see how much my pet is healing. Well, Amara can heal off elemental damage, so A, can make her quite tanky, but B, she's already got ways to spread damage, and now you're just putting that damage everywhere, which is pretty insane. Now, she can also, like I said, boost that shock damage, or she can use, like, her capstone and her elemental tree. I always forget the name of that. Or other things, you know, add other elements to it. So, you could, you know, add fire with this, with, or corrosive with, infusion or her capstone on that tree. I think Moe's in similar ways. You can add fire to this with Moe's. And then Moe's can just shoot this for days and just let this go everywhere. But Amara really can just toss this around, spread it around everywhere, and really profit.
Feel the bloodlust.
Alright, so I'm going to be a little more aggressive during this part. And see what I can do. And just let those guys hit me.
Run, you weakling!
So yeah, with Amara, you can get quite tanky with this thing. And just get up close and personal and go crazy. Well, that terror thing is cool for the magazine. I wish it hit your say your ammo pool, but I'm doing good with this thing anyways. Maybe it is hitting my ammo pool and it's just full. That's possible. So this thing does not have splash damage, as you can see, but getting up close and personal, you whoa. All the pellets are just right together. Yeah. And you can see right here, the spreading Teslas are just doing a good amount of damage to everything. which is just fun. It may not be the most powerful mechanic in the world during all times, but man, I mean, just look at that. And because I think that's why the dots seem to be happening really good, is because you guys are annoying. You're just getting all those extra damage procs that seem to be able to proc a dot. So this thing would struggle a lot more in Mayhem with Flak here, just because the shock penalties. But if you could find a good anointed one that had like extra damage after Wrath Throw or something, it could be a lot stronger, I'm assuming. I didn't see anything cool drop from him, but it's always worth just double checking quick. Alright, this should rip Beans apart because he's all shield. I'll probably just go and kill those guys off to the side of him too, just because this thing's a lot of fun. I'm just playing around here with the reload and stuff. I seem to just be always at full ammo, but I do have that terror thing, and I'm letting enemies hit me. But it just seems like I'm not consuming a lot of ammo here. Oh, thanks. A lot. Jesus Christ, Pat. Yep, Beans died fast. Man, that guy has not been dropping any Wester guns lately. He used to drop them like every time. Alright, I may have to throw some racks to heal here. Oh, not enough. I think I got hit by his explosion. And these guys are all spread out, so... Oh, what the heck was that? Did he just hit himself with his own grenade or something? And the knockback on shotguns is always great. And those guys are going to spawn, that's cool. Again, you just got that Tesla effect going nuts. And doing all the winning. There, I've used some ammo. What I need to pay attention to is the Tesla critting. Because if that Tesla crits, this could be an interesting brain freeze gun for Zane. Just get in nice and close. You have 7 bullets that you can put on crit with a 13 mag, and I'm sure you can crank up fire rate and stuff, and then just chain that to everybody, just spreading cryo around with a brain freeze. I am seeing crits. Okay. Has anybody tried this as a brain freeze gun? That has some interesting potential. Yeah, it only hits your mag. It probably would get my racks back even faster. I'm just not throwing that many. But the ADS thing does work nicely for just getting up close and personal. And who is it that has a loot ghost? God, there's... Is it Moe's that can like move at full speed while ADSing? Some of the characters have that too, which would be really good with this thing. Jesus, that just slaughtered everyone. So this is an area where they're all tightly snug together. Just knock them off with it. That's kind of funny. Did the Tesla hit the ghost? Yeah, you just chain this all over the place. It is a lot of fun. 2 loot ghost. Nice. There we go. What do we get here? Another fearmonger. Cool. I still have to do a video on pretty much all of that stuff.
Strip them bare.
And this should be another good example of it here. We're pretty much wiped everyone out. So yeah, this thing has a lot of crowd control and good spread out damage. Oh, this guy lived.
Go and meet death.
Let's get some ammo back from that thing. Well, I can. Actually, I don't even think that really worked out that well. Alright, so it looks like I am ready for some trot.
Yes, into the fray.
And took care of his shields very well. This will be the interesting part. Oh, it's doing pretty good. What's really helping is my ability to increase the mag. There we go.
Distract them.
With, of course, leave no trace. But some of you guys might be saying, well, that's not fair. But every character has got ways to increase the magazine size. So, not too worried about that. This build is about as neutral as you can get. So anyways, this gun is really good. It's fun too. It's an interesting mechanic. Again, I've said this with a few guns, but this is Borderlands. And like interesting guns with interesting effects is what really separates Borderlands from a lot of the other looter shooters. Not just shooters in general, but really makes it stand out. You know, Destiny doesn't go this far with guns, and neither does, I don't know, Outer Worlds or whatever. That's not really a looter shooter, that's more of an RPG, but Anthem or so many of these other games that try to be in the looter shooter genre. I shouldn't say try, Destiny definitely is. But yeah, just other looter shooters, they fail to just get the crazy guns, and a lot of the guns are just a lot more basic and straightforward, and that's, you know, one of those big things that separates Borderlands apart. There's other things too, of course, but that is a big one. And yeah, not many guns or games quite do this. You know, you have the Pimpernel, the Twister, just so many like crazy cool, interesting guns. And that's, again, just, it's what separates it. And I always want to celebrate when guns do that so well, because this one definitely does. Yeah, I can see some flak potential here. This thing does well with leave no trace. It does well with a lot of things. So if I could min-max a build around this, it's just overcoming that kind of fire on flesh. And Mayhem can make that seem a lot worse just because enemies have more health and all that. But this thing was very ammo efficient, which helps. I've you know, had a lot of other guns where I had to go and chase ammo, and this gun didn't really care about that. Wow, I'm really good at jumping up there right now. Yeah, like I said, Mose and Amara can both help that out by adding fire to it. Amara can also add corrosive to it if she needs. She's got 2 different ways to add or change the damage. Mose can just add fire. It's just a cool looking mechanic there. I also like how the barrel moves when you shoot it. It's just, you know, some of those nice little touches. You have the storm skin. Yeah, I don't know. I really dig this gun. I think it's fun. I think it's effective. But more than just being like plug and play, like this thing's a little bit plug and play. Yeah, you can climb trees in this game. This thing, I should take a picture up here. Actually, that's kind of funny. Just like in a tree stand. Did that not? Oh yeah, it's the other one. Sorry, I'm distracted by taking photos here. I love photo mode. But yeah, it's guns that you can kind of like min-max and like make really powerful. Like that's, to me, is like the quintessential like Borderlands thing. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna put the Herald in this and it's good because the Herald's good. I found that boring, but it's like when you find those really synergistic things that just like make everything come together. Like Exotech's carpet bombing Maya with a slow-handed transformer, proccing like backdraft 3 times in a row, and then boosting backdraft to 11 out of 5, just let backdraft kill everything, and their shields were stripped because of the slow hand. That was in shock. Like, that's the cool things, that like you combine like a gun, a shield, some skills, a class mod, and like everything you have like goes towards making something powerful, and just that, instead of that thing just being powerful. That is, to me, a really cool and awesome setup. Anyways, yeah, that's it for this gun. If you guys have tried it on different characters, let me know what you have thought about this gun, because I'm always interested in seeing feedback, and I will talk to you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.